Hey everyone, I'm back and we're really getting close to the wrap up, and I thought that I'd start this video off showing you a couple of hauls that I've done over this busy week. As you can see, what you have in front of you is a corrugated cardboard magazine holder or file box. Nothing special, pretty sturdy. This was purchased from the $1 spot at Target, and I was very, very happy to find them because Office Max was the only other place locally that I could find this type of product, and theirs was kind of pricey. You got 6 boxes, I believe, for $18, and that was just way more than I cared to spend. These were $1 a piece at the Target $1 spot, and I believe that there's still quite a few out there. Maybe not in my area because I probably cleaned them all out. Sorry guys, but basically why I wanted this is because I had a lot of things that I wanted to store that were kind of thin, and I just wanted to minimize the look of busyness in the room. But obviously this color right here is a little drab. It looks a little cheesy. It's got curling end already. I mean, like I said, overall they're pretty sturdy, but you know, they're not perfect. But the really, really nice ones at Target that I found were just like $7, $8, $10 a piece, and because I needed so many, it was just not worth the splurge. I decided to take matters into my own hands. And what I did was I covered the cardboard box with material. Right now it's still a little wrinkled, but that will fall out in time. I took some very inexpensive material. I think it was like $2 a yard, and I used about 2 yards to cover about 14 of these. And I also found ribbon trim at Walmart. So the fabric was at Walmart in the remnant section, and so was the trim. And basically the finished product, when you calculate the amount of trim that I used as well as the amount of fabric on the $1 cardboard box, it was $1.50. So $1.50 per box is much more economical than $5 to $7 to $10 depending on what type of product that you get. And the fabric and the ribbon, believe it or not, made it so much more sturdy. So I'm really, really excited with that. I think this is absolutely adorable, and obviously the sky is the limit on the color combinations that you choose to do should you want to undertake this. I attached it all with hot glue. It was a very, very simple thing to do, and then I just used my rotary cutter on my self-healing mat to cut along the edges real nicely. And as you can see, this is the rotary cutter that I used. This is by Fiskars, and it was my Christmas present from my daughter, and I was so excited to be able to use it. And it's really, really nice and sharp. Cuts right through. Okay, my second little mini haul was these glass jars that you see here on my wall, whatever you want to call it, embellishment holder. So those itty bitty mini glass jars with the cute little canister tops were only 99 cents a piece. Those were also at the Target $1 spot. The larger mason style jars were 2 for $3. And so I had purchased some jelly jars from the canning section at Walmart the last time I went out, and these just worked a little better. They were a little bit nicer quality as far as, you know, style, not necessarily durability. And oh, sorry about that, my phone. And I just really love the simplistic lines and the style, as well as the fact that there wasn't any like writing on the glass. I kind of wanted things to be simplistic. So I went ahead and switched them out. I still have those jelly jars because I'm not a big fan of wasting whatsoever. I'm going to use them to store hardware in the office closet. But I just wanted to show you these because they're so, so cute. Like I said, the tall ones are 2 for $3. The top ones are $1 a piece, and they're just super adorable, and I just love them. While I was out shopping for a couple of hardware items I needed, I stopped in the decorative section of Lowe's. I can never resist. They always have such nice stuff. I came across this sage-colored 5x7 shag rug. It was on sale for $44 for a 5x7, which is a phenomenal price, especially since it's made by Shaw, which is a pretty good company, and the pile on it is nice and thick. So I decided to pick it up. I just wasn't quite sure. I had thought about wanting an accent rug, but I really didn't know what color to go. And I brought it home and kind of held it up next to my window treatment fabric and thought, this is a nice match. So ultimately, I'll know whether I'm keeping it once I open it and place it on the floor, but I wanted to make sure the floor was mopped and and sanitize before I opened a product that may or may not stay in my home. So for now, it's there as a color test. So far, so good. We'll see once I'm able to open it for sure whether I keep it, but again, $44 is a steal for this type of rug. There were also other kinds, other colors available. They had like beige and black, and then kind of like a salt and pepper sprinkle color. And they might have had more because it was pretty well empty. And it's not on the wall. In my store, it was like in a little corrugated cardboard display in the center of the rug aisle, off to the side, away from the rugs that are like hanging from the metal framework. So in front of you are a pair of 30-inch bar height stools, and I found these on Craigslist. Well, I should say my friend found these on Craigslist for me. These were 30-inch bar height wooden stools with crisscross backs, which were ideally what I wanted, and I got the two of these for $15. I could not believe it. I mean, most people on Craigslist are pretty reasonable, but this was a steal. All I needed to do was get an Allen wrench that fit the screws that came with it and just tighten it up because they were a little wobbly. I do need to paint them. I wasn't sure if I was going to paint them black or white, but when I put them up next to the desks, it became clear that they needed to be white. I'm also in the market for some coordinating chair pads, and if I cannot find any that I absolutely adore, then I will go and make some, but that will obviously have to come at a later date. And of course, never forget the felt pads at the bottom of the chair feet to protect the wood floors. I would be remiss if I didn't talk about these fabric bins. I purchased the 6 on the right from Kmart a couple of months ago, and I scored them for the awesome price of $2.99 a piece. Even I couldn't believe it when I looked at them. One had been opened in the store already, so I was able to see that it was indeed the same quality as most of the fabric bins on the market that are, you know, priced around $8 to $10 a piece. So I went ahead and picked up 6, and I really wish I would have picked up 12 back then, but hindsight is 20/20. I needed 6 more for the other side, and I went to go purchase them, and they were a regular price of $4.99. Now that's still not bad, and I really did want them, so I went ahead and picked up the 6 at $4.99. But just to let you guys know that Kmart does have quite a variety of fabric bins. These ones with the grommets are the ones that I like the most, but they also have the standard fully square fabric bins with the fabric pools that are carried most places. And they're about half the price of the ones like at Home Depot and Michael's and so forth, and Target. So good place to look for fabric bins is Kmart. And like I said, this quality is quite decent for the price especially. Another little haul that I'm really excited about are these photo albums. These are We Are Memory Keepers albums. They're measuring 8 by 8, and I found them at TJ Maxx of all places in the clearance for $3 a piece. Now, $3 is an excellent price, but especially when you take into consideration the quality of these albums. They are faux leather, but the stitching is awesome. The leather is very soft to touch. The rings fold and unfold without any issues, and they're really durable. And there's even photo sleeves inside that allow for like a unique type of photo journaling that I've not seen in too many photo albums. But anyway, if you can, run to your nearest TJ Maxx and pick these up if you're in the market, because you're going to love them. They come in a whole bunch of different colors as well. So in front here is the angled wall when you walk into the room, and my idea for this wall was to make it a photo display, and I wanted to do it in a unique and original way, and I was looking on the internet for some inspiration, and I saw some family tree murals that I really liked, and that would give me the opportunity to put everyone's photo in, as well as maybe some keepsakes and things like that. Also, it adds some whimsy without being too youthful, so I think I'm going to try it. In worst case scenario, if I don't like the way it comes out, I can just paint over it. It's a pretty easy fix. Just a little bit of investment of time. So here I go. Wish me luck. Alright, so right now I'm just kind of drawing out the tree with a pencil. That way I can make some adjustments, and I'm going to do it very straight and kind of fake looking, and then add some detail and texture and things like that after. Okay, so I know it's like almost impossible to see, but I have the very rough sketch of the tree drawn out along with some leaves. And I drew it to where it wasn't too busy yet, you know, it needed to stretch because there was so much wall space there. So I'm thinking it's going to look pretty good. It's just so hard to tell. I'm going to get some color on the wall now and see how it goes. So as you can see, I've got a lot of paint samples here that I've saved from over the years. And what I'm going to do is shake them up real good, and I'm going to swatch them on the wall to see which color I want to go for the trunk and which color I want to use for the leaves. Done. This was a lot more difficult than I thought, but I'm really happy that I decided to go ahead and incorporate this into the design. I really wanted a wall where I could put a lot of the old style photos and you know, family type photos, and this just happened to be the perfect place. The tree was really hard to free draw, or freehand, is that the right word? More hard than I thought, and I've done some pretty hard things before, but this was just, maybe it was just me being too picky, I'm not sure, but now that it's finished, I'm really happy that I did it. It is a bit on the busy side, but it's okay, you know, because it's one spot in the room, and there's a lot of pictures to put up, and you know, I just think it's such a cool concept. I found this on Pinterest, actually quite a few different ideas on Pinterest, and I just, you know, I thought this is a perfect wall for it. It's nice and big, and I just went for it, and I'm glad that I did. I luckily have a lot of frames on hand, some that I gotten in a 10-pack at Ross for like $8, and then a whole bunch that I got at the thrift store for like 75 cents a piece. So I was able to, you know, put the pictures right into the frames and, you know, find the spot I wanted to hang them, and it was just minimal expense. It was just a lot of time. Like I said before, it was about a day that it took for this to be completed, but now that it's done, I'm super happy with the investment of time. So anyway, enough about that. Now I need to move on to the next project, which is painting my bar height stools that I scored off of Craigslist. So for those of you that have watched some of my earlier videos, you will remember that I had some cork board on the right side of my wall chalkboard. Well, I'm sad to report that the next day they just clean fell off the wall. I tried a few different like adhesives, and they just didn't want to either stick to the corkboard or they didn't want to stick to the wall. So I was kind of frustrated, and I was trying to think of different options. When I was out perusing the stores, this happened to be Ollie's, and I found these. These are cork boards, and they are already covered in fabric and ribbon. And the neat thing is that they're also framed out. So let me show you the back. The back is, there's a wooden frame that surrounds it, and there are nail holes. So what I'm going to do is mount these on the wall instead. And what was really exciting was that the trim matches the colors of my dry erase board, so it really coordinates beautifully. But also, this is really sturdy, and the price is only $3.99 a piece. That's really good. Lastly, another reason why I decided to go with these as opposed to covering the other ones with fabric is because they're thicker. So the wall tiles that I purchased from Target are so thin that if you're not careful, you'll keep pushing the tacks through the corkboard into the wall. And I didn't want a whole lot of tack holes in the wall. This is so thick that it's not going to happen. So it just became very clear that this was the option, this was the right way to go. Okay, so here's the after. Both cork boards have been mounted. And to make it flush with the chalkboard, I went ahead and added a strip of the old cork tile that I had. And I used that as like my tack landing strip or something, I guess, if you will. And I embellished the tacks with little flower petal, I guess like scrapbook embellishments or whatever. I glued the tack to the flower by sticking it through the center with the dropper glue on the plastic edge of the tack and stuck it on there. So just to kind of ornamentalize it a little bit. Is that a word? I don't know, I'm a little tired, but I really think it's cute, and it totally goes with the colors and the style on the other end.